I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for Life in UK test part 528 while doing standing leg gymnastics. And if you participate in the standing leg gymnastics, that's at your own risk. So first exercise, the moderator, we're having the feet sitting together and you lean a bit in front and back and take a bit care that you don't get motion sickness. Okay, we are trying to learn about Halloween and what's happening there. And that in a way that we're able to present it down in one line. Halloween is on the 31st October. It is an ancient festival and has roots in the pagan festival to mark the beginning of winter. Halloween has roots in the pagan festival. It marks the beginning of winter. Or the festival to mark. Okay, it marks. And there's some people dressing up or customizing in frightening costumes and are playing trick or treat. People are going around and we're doing the next exercise, one foot in front, and we're just going in front and back. And we're knocking on the, it's not explained here what it is, we're going to say it that way, and saying trick or treat, and many people are giving them tricks, giving them treats, so sweets, and they are then moving on. And there are some people carving lanterns out of pumpkins and putting a candle inside. And we are changing back. Okay, Halloween 31st October, roots in the pagan festival and it marks the beginning of winter. No one understands what the pagan festival is. I don't even understand what the pagan. And some people are customizing, oftentimes in frightening costumes. They're going around, knocking at doors and saying the words trick or treat, and oftentimes they're getting treats, so sweets, and they are then moving on where they got treats or tricks to the next house and knocking again and saying trick or treat. And there are also caverns, lanterns carved out of pumpkins. I have a second camera which I'm going to start now. And now I try to make a little info video based on the information we're having here to Halloween. For us as our personal notes, and also for other people, there are probably a lot of videos about Halloween. And there is one more. Halloween is on the 31st October, and it has roots on the older ancient pagan festival, and it is to mark the beginning of winter. Some people are customizing, oftentimes with frightening costumes. They're going around and knocking at the doors, and then they're saying the words trick or treat. And oftentimes the people are giving them then sweets, so the treats, and whether they got sweets or not, they are then peacefully moving on to the next house and knocking again and saying trick or treat. And oftentimes they get sweets. And also some people are carving out of pumpkins, a fruit, some lanterns, so they're making them hollow and putting a candle inside. And that is according to the Life in the UK Test Handbook, page 72. I think it was okay. I'm going to stop the camera. And we are continuing with our standing leg gymnastics while we're preparing the bonfire light video. So the legs not to be outside, and we're going from one side to the other. And again, be careful with the motion sickness. Maybe I have to change the exercise completely. Bonfire night is on the 5th November. And there are many fireworks done in Britain. And the origin of this festival is when Guy Fawkes, when a group of Catholics led by Guy Fawkes tried to detonate a bomb in the Houses of Parliament to kill the Protestant king, which didn't happen. And now on the 5th November, the people are making fireworks. Okay, let's just try to do it. We're done with this exercise. I'm going to just start the camera again. Okay, bonfire night, 5th November. Let's just try it. Maybe we need one to try it because I don't know in how I should explain it all. So let's just make one to try it. Bonfire night is on the 5th November, and it's celebrated in Britain with a lot of fireworks. In the year 1605, there was a Catholic group led by Guy Fawkes who planned to detonate a bomb in the Houses of Parliament to kill the Protestant king. That attempt didn't happen, it was prevented, but on the 5th November that is celebrated with great fireworks. And that is according to the Life in the UK Test Handbook, page 72. I think it was good and easy. We had so much about the medieval times, and whenever you open a book about the medieval times, and I'm criticizing it, there's oftentimes a lot about the legal system and its brutality. In this book, it's completely missing. It's a bit interesting. I'm going to stop the camera. And I started it again because I'm optimistic that we can do the other one to remember its day. Next exercise. We're having now one leg in front, and we're going onto that leg, lifting the back leg, and we're going with it back. And again in front. Okay, Remembrance Day is on the 11th November, and it commemorates, I want to look that up, but the word again up in the glossary. What does commemorate mean now? It means show that something or something is remembered. So it's not just, it's called the Remembrance Day, but what if commemorate goes beyond remembering? It means to show that something is remembered. Is there a difference? It is the Remembrance Day, but it is to commemorate. It is to display. Is that the big difference? To demonstrate that something or someone is remembered. Okay, Remembrance Day. That is on the 11th November, we're changing the leg. And it commemorates the people who died for the UK or its allies in the First World War. Well, there's the difference. Those who died fighting for the UK and its allies. Originally, it commemorated the death of the First World War. So it seems to make now a commemoration for all who had died fighting for the UK and its allies, and not just for the First World War. And let's explain it also in a way. First for all, First World War and the First World War explaining. 11th November 1918. On the day, people are wearing Popeyes, red flowers, which were found in the battlefields where many British soldiers died in the First World War. And at 11 o'clock, there's a 2-minute silence, and the refs are laid down at the cenotaph in Whitehall in London. I wanted to look shortly up here. 2 million British casualties. Okay. Yes, I started the camera. Let's do it. Not bloody proportions. Remembrance Day is in the United Kingdom on the 11th November. And on that day it is commemorated that's the wrong way to say things. Remembrance Day. This is about war. I haven't said it at the beginning. Remembrance Day is in the United Kingdom on the 11th November. And on that day, the people fighting or who had fought and died, that's all right, but how was the sense? And it commemorates the people who had died fighting, who had died. Remembrance Day is in the United Kingdom on the 11th November. And on this 11th November, the people who had died fighting for the United Kingdom and its allies are commemorated. Originally it was for the people who died fighting for the United Kingdom in the First World War. The First World War ended on the 11th November 1980. And so at 11 o'clock at the 11th November, there is 2 minutes silence in the United Kingdom. And some people are wearing red poppies, so red flowers, because they grew in the fields where a lot of battling of the First World War happened. And also then on the 11th November at 11 o'clock, there are wreaths laid down at the Cenotaph in Whitehall in London. The United Kingdom had 2 million casualties in the First World War. And that is according to the Life in the UK Test Handbook, page 72. It wasn't completely straight down, but it was from memory, not read out. Okay, I'm going to stop the camera. And we will do the last 2 exercises. First one, the old fence post, having your feet sitting together, and we're leaning in front, and we're going back. Okay, bank holidays. As well as was mentioned previously, there are other public holidays in each year called bank holidays. It would be nice if we ever listed some completely, because then we could just learn them and list them more, but it would be fun. And that is when banks and also other businesses are closed. These are of no religious significance, these bank holidays. They are at the beginning of May, in late May or early June or in August. In Northern Ireland, the anniversary of the Battle of the Boyne in July is also public holiday. Okay, I think we will do a video about it. Now the decision is, do we doing on very short, 7-8 seconds, just for people for this bank holiday, is the day when the United Kingdom businesses and banks are closed. Or doing the one longer one, we're doing the last exercise calf raise, we're coming up and down. And there we're going to say that in Northern Ireland, in July is a public holiday for the Battle of Boyne, but it's not a bank holiday, it's a public holiday. And then we would also try to list them, not only saying they are in late May, June, and in August. Okay, beginning, just in May, they are in May, June, and August. They are in May, June, in May or June. They are in May or June, or in August. And August. They are in May or June, and August. So there seem to be 2, if I read the sentence correctly. They are at the beginning of May, in late May. No, there are 2. Beginning of May, in late May or early June, and in August. I'm doing the right exercise. There seem to be 3. Beginning of May, I'm thinking if it can be read somewhat differently. They are at the beginning of May, in late May or early June. No, it seems to be 2 listed here. So then the third one. Beginning of May and around, what is it called? The change of a month. Okay, we're done with this cover. No, just one hand, one leg with the heel to the ground and in front. They are at the beginning of May, on the turn of May and June, and in August. Okay, bank holiday. There are other public holidays. No, there seem to be just these bank holidays. The other ones were not bank holidays. Other leg, with heel to the ground and in front. These are just public holidays. So we are having all bank holidays here, with May at the turn of May and June and August. Okay, then we're going to do a video to the bank holidays. And not to the public holidays. Why? Would be too complex. We're done with standing electronics. It would be too complex to look them all up. You're going to forget one at the end of the day. I don't think we have them anymore. This is completely. We could try it. Are they all here? It would be Christmas Day, Boxing Day, Good Friday and Easter Monday, New Year's Day, and in Scotland also the 31st of January and 2nd January, And that is it. And then Battle of Point in Northern Ireland. Are those all public holidays? We will do at least a video 2 of bank holidays. But in the next video, so thank you very much and